Hi everyone, I'm Michal Bignitz, head of Wix Partners, and I'm super excited to be here today and share with you some major news. This is one of the biggest things we've ever done at Wix, and we know it will be a game changer for us as a company. But mostly, it's going to be a game changer for you, because it will let you be more successful than ever before. Over the past few weeks, we've seen you speculating, trying to guess what we are going to announce. And it's been amazing to read your comments and see your reactions. I hope that what we are about to show you will not only blow your minds, but will also demonstrate how important you are to us, because this one was built just for you and with you in mind. Before we move forward, I just want to say that we have a live chat going on right now, so feel free to reach out. We will be collecting questions throughout the event, and at the end, we will share a link to a dedicated page with all of the answers. Okay, so I want us to take a quick look back and explain how we got here. Partners, agencies and freelancers like yourself have been with us since day one, and you've always been at the center of our attention. Over the years, we built our relationship and worked closely together to get your feedback and understand your needs, and we build our roadmaps accordingly. And now, with all that experience in mind, we know exactly what it takes to build the ultimate platform for agencies and freelancers. And that's exactly what we've been doing for the past year. Our top priority has been to build a platform that gives you everything you need to deliver high-end websites in a hyper-efficient way for any type of business, all the way to enterprises. Today, we're launching a brand new platform tailored for agencies and freelancers. I'm thrilled to announce Wix Studio.
Leave limitations at the door and step into your studio. One end-to-end web creation platform for your agency to deliver exceptional work with absolute efficiency. Design intuitively with built-in responsive behaviors and create unique layouts with a revolutionary grid. Weave in code-free interactions to bring life to any site. Dive deeper into your creations and build signature experiences with custom CSS. Use responsive AI to adapt your designs for any device in an instant. Develop bespoke widgets. Deploy them across multiple sites and sell them on the app market to unlock new revenue streams. Say yes to any project with robust native business solutions and extend them with hundreds of APIs for any client need. Collaborate with your team right on the canvas to make things click. Track, manage, and scale from one unified workspace to an entire world of infinite possibilities, so that with every client handover, you deliver brilliance and smash deadlines. Wix Studio.
That's it. Wix Studio is out. I wish I could see your faces right now. As you saw, we have so many new capabilities, and that was just a glimpse. Coming up, we're going to take you step by step into the new advancements and features we've built for you. And the best way to start is by inviting my partner in this journey, Gali Erez, the head of the studio editor, to take us through the creation experience. Hi, Gali.
Hey, Michal, can you believe we're finally here? It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, right? So, Gali, before we dive into the demo, can you tell us a little bit about the vision behind the Wix Studio editor?
Of course. So to give a bit of background, when we first came up with the concept of Wix Studio, our main goal was to empower creators like you to deliver groundbreaking sites for your clients. And our vision was to create something fully intuitive, inspired by the Wix editor, and layered with the deep design control and advanced capabilities of Editor X. I truly believe we redefined the way you can build websites.
So Gali, let's get into it.
With me now is the head of the Wix Studio product team, Nir Sadeh, and Yoav Arami, the head of Wix Code products. Nir and I are going to start with an overview of the editor and its new design and editing experiences. And then Yoav will jump in to talk about the exciting development opportunities on Wix Studio. Now let's see the platform in action.
Thanks, Gali. Hi, everyone. For the purpose of this demo, we created a site for a modern art museum. Our site needs to make a great first impression. So we start with a bold hero and some scroll animations to make it really exciting. In the next section, we wanted to showcase all the exhibitions that are going on. So we used the detailed layout, allowing visitors to scan a lot of content at once with a custom cursor on top. For this section, we used the classic layout to highlight one of the shows. Here, we put together a custom reveal for a lecture series that's coming up. Next, we wanted a convenient way for visitors to read the latest news about the museum. We used Slideshow and connected it to the CMS to update content dynamically. And lastly, we wanted to close the site with a strong reference to the brand, so we used the museum logo in a global section that applies on all pages. Our site is also fully responsive. Our design fits perfectly on every screen size. Let's get started. Welcome to the Wix Studio editor. As you can see, we've got a spacious canvas for you, with the least amount of distractions possible. At the top, you can jump between desktop, tablet, and mobile, add additional screen sizes, and even change your default editing size. On the left, you've got different panels that help you throughout the creation process. You can add all the elements you need to the canvas, control the layers of the site, add and manage pages, control global sections, edit your site styles, install Wix Business Solutions, integrate and work with our CMS, and add custom code. On the right, you've got the inspector panel. This is a contextual menu that lets you control every aspect of the element, like size, position, and design. That about covers the environment. Now let's talk about the new design experience on Wix Studio. Gali, take it away.
Let's do this. So the canvas is made specifically for a designer's way of working. I want to start showing you how we can build on it. Let's take the first section. Nir, can you help me out with this one?
Sure.
Great. So we already have a few elements placed on the canvas. And now Nir is going to start working on the composition and design. Now notice in the inspector panel on the right how the elements are adjusting in pixels, as though he's creating a static composition like a poster or an image. It's super intuitive to design with. If you'd like to work more precisely, you can also add specific measurements. But the real magic is that we are making a responsive site behind the scenes. Nir, how's it going?
Working on it. A few more tweaks and I'm done.
Great, take your time. On Wix Studio, the elements you add scale proportionally by default, even though I'm editing them in pixels. So without doing anything, it just fits every screen size. Yes, even your clients. Now this changes everything. There are many ways to make your site responsive, and Wix Studio is all about layers of control and letting you design in your preferred way. Sometimes you want to create more complex relationships between elements that result in more intricate behavior. Now let's see an example in the slideshow. Here, all the elements are connected to the CMS, and all the descriptions have different lengths. So we need a way to make sure they work on every screen size, no matter how long the text is. So we're going to change the responsive behavior from scale proportionally to wrap. And now it's going to wrap inside the text box as the screen size gets smaller. If you want to make more customizations, you can also click on these three dots in the inspector and turn on advanced sizing and tweak the CSS properties directly. For those of you who prefer to put your focus on design and less on the math, instead of doing all of this manually, I'm excited to share that you can do this using responsive AI. Let's look at another section and see AI in action. With just a click of a button, we can make the section responsive for every screen size. Now, to explain that in a bit more details, our AI model is analyzing the section. It's applying the most suitable layout and responsive behaviors element by element. Now, responsive AI is a real time saver and it's a game changer for your workflows. Neil, you want to show them the next big thing we've got?
Sure thing. We know how important animations and interactions are for creating unique experiences. With Wix Studio, you get tons of them, no code needed. Scroll animations, loop animations, hover, entrance, all to make your site really stand out. Now let me show you how intuitive it is to add them to your site. Let's recreate the scroll animation on the main title. I'll select the main title, head to the Interactions tab. Here you can see all the interactions you can apply. I'll add a scroll animation. For each animation type, there's a wide selection of presets you can start from. For scroll animations, we've got grow, slide, blur, and many more. On our example, we want the title to move from its design to its new position. For every animation, you can also adjust the properties. On our example, let's change the angle to 90 degrees so it will move sideways. Let's change the distance to 100%, and the animation area from the middle of the screen's height to 75%. And that's it. I've got the animation that I was looking for. Of course, that was just one example. There are so many ways you can use all these animations. But wait, there's even more. On Wix Studio, the world of CSS is open for you. In this section, we combined a no-code scroll animation with CSS blur effect. Let me show you how to add this effect. I'll head to the code panel and go to the CSS panel. Here, all I have to do is paste in the snippet I want. You can paste code from anywhere or get super creative and write your own. Now for the final step, I'll select the image and apply the class I wanted. Done. The possibilities here are truly endless. We can't wait to see what you come up with. Let's move on to talk about layouting. Gali, take it away.
In all the sections we've worked on so far, we've been pretty freeform. Sometimes, though, you have a very defined structure in mind, and for that, we created Section Grid. We took all the power of the CSS grid and turned it into a hyper-efficient and intuitive tool. Let's take a look at the layout we created. As you can see, we've displayed a lot of content here about the upcoming events and the exhibitions at the museum. Now, I want to move to the editor and show you how we built it. I'm going to start by creating the structure. Starting with a blank section, I'm going to split it into two. Then, I can easily drag to resize and change their proportion. Next, I can split this cell, and I'm going to keep splitting the cells in any way that I'd like. And that's all it takes. I've got the layout that I want. To add content to the cells, I can just drag it and make all the adjustments as usual. Now, let's fast forward and bring in the final content. Once all the content is in there, if I want to move around between the cells, I can just multi-select them and click Swap. If I want to tweak the design, I could head to the inspector panel and I can change any property. For example, here I can add some gaps. This is the setup we had in the original site, but I can actually go pretty wild here. I can increase the spacing.
Whoa.
Yep. And I can add section background.
It's better.
Cool. I'm happy you like it. And now I can go ahead and also change the shape of the cell. Not only is Section Grid super helpful while working on the design, it also makes it really easy to structure content across screen sizes. So let's move on to tablet. I got a more equal grid. And on mobile, I chose a totally different layout. I used the rows layout instead of the collage. This whole new experience was built to make your life easier. You can play around with it until you come up with your ideal layout. But as we said earlier, on Wix Studio, we give you layers of control. So if you want to get in depth with it, you can go over to the inspector and then you can switch to the advanced CSS grid. It lets you control the layout in a very detailed way.
Gali, before we get to the final section of our design demo, I think we should address how we've been working together this whole time. On Wix Studio, you can work on the same site at the same time with as many people as you want. You can see who's working with you up here. But there are many more collaboration tools we believe you'd love. For example, you can leave live comments to one another, and you can save any asset and theme to a library and share it with your team. We also wanted to give you a straightforward way to collaborate with your clients. When they want to add their own content to the site, either during the design process or after you've handed it over, they can use our content mode feature. It's a safe way to let clients make changes without affecting the design. You can also control the permissions your clients have and what they can edit on the site. Your client can click on a section and update any content, like the date of the exhibition. All the style decisions would stay the same.
So we've got the layout and design for our homepage ready to go. We covered the highlights of the Wix Studio editor, and I wish we could show you everything the platform is capable of. AI content and AI image generators, global sections, horizontal stack, text mask, but there's even more. This museum needs more complex functionality. This site uses the combined power of Wix bookings and Wix stores. I want to show you the product page in the editor to demonstrate the extreme freedom and flexibility it provides. For example, you can select from a range of pro galleries to get the layout you want. You can customize any element within the product page using the same editor experience. Add both third-party and native apps. Here, we're going to use our native review widget. And since we're talking about Wix Studio here, everything works responsively, and you can adjust the behavior as you like. But what if we want to go even deeper and add specific logic to the business solution? For that, we're going to need custom code. In the museum site, we applied packaging fee for fragile items, plus a 10% discount on all the guided tours for museum members. And now, to show you how we did it, there's no one better than Yoav Abrahami, our head of code products.
Thanks, Gali, and hi everyone. After working closely with developers, we learned that we needed to give you the best developer experience and tools to create better and faster. Let me introduce you to the new Wix IDE, based on VS Code, a professional dev environment. You can see here all the project files, backend, pages, public, and styles. Using the Wix IDE, we will implement an SPI to extend the functionality of a Wix business application. An SPI is the reverse of an API, where we define the structure and we call your code to customize the business logic. What I'm about to show you is just one example of how we expose hundreds of APIs and integrations across all Wix business solutions, giving you the freedom to answer any client brief. Let's start with the packaging fees. So we'll open the coding panel, go to Packages and Apps, and other custom extensions. We will add a new additional fees extension. We'll just name our extension and we'll get started. Now let's head back to the IDE, to the backend folder, SPIs, ecom additional fees. In this file, we'll add the SPI implementation. This will iterate over the products in the cart and identify words like glass or ceramic. Those products will be categorized as fragile, and additional fees will automatically be added before checkout. And that's it. Once we publish the site, the integration is done.
I love how we've added more openness to the platform you have. Now let's show them how we set the members discount.
So to set the members discount, we'll first connect to the museum CRM to see if the person logged in into the site is actually a member of the museum. To do that, we'll call the CRM APIs through the museum API gateway. To save time, I have already added and configured the Booking Pricing Provider SPI. I'll open the Booking Pricing Provider under the SPI folder. For this integration, let me show you something new and exclusive for Wix Studio. I am excited to announce the new AI code assistant in the Wix IDE. The AI was trained on Velo examples, documentation, and best practices to be able to create idiomatic JavaScript code for the Wix platform. I'll insert a prompt asking the AI to call the Museum API. We've sent our request to the AI code assistant, and it's thinking. Now, let's take a look at the response. You can see that the AI assistant doesn't only generate the code, it also explains every part of it. I'll take this code and add a bit of my own logic to quickly apply a 10% discount to verified museum members. I'll paste the code here, and done.
This is so cool. AI can really speed up the productivity of developers.
Exactly.
You know what? I think it's the perfect time to talk about one of the most exciting developments, Wix blocks.
Absolutely. So actually, this one is a personal for me, because 7 years ago when we started Velo, our original vision was to create a tool that allowed developers to easily bring their apps to the Wix app market. And now with blocks, I am happy to announce that this vision is finally a reality. Blocks is the first platform combining UI builder, database, cloud backend, and a pre-configured dev environment, creating a fully managed runtime. You can use blocks for any type of site, from e-com, restaurants, booking, and more. For example, you can develop your own business verticals, such as real estate or vacation rentals, an app that tailors content for specific users, or even create engaging games. In fact, we can already see some amazing apps that our partners have created with blocks. Blocks fulfills the vision of empowering you to focus not only on building, but also on selling your applications on the Wix app market. Coming back to the museum, I've created a block to dynamically indicate if the museum is open or closed at a given time. We can implement this block not only on the homepage, but on multiple pages and across different sections, and reuse it for other clients that require similar functionality. I believe that with the combination of the Wix IDE, AI code assistant, and blocks, we have a unique developer offering as part of Wix Studio.
So that wraps up our Wix Studio product demo. And now that you got a glimpse of the new web creation capabilities that await you, I think it's a great time to head back to Michal.
Thank you, Gali, Nir, and Yoav. I'm so impressed. You all did such an amazing job. Now, you've seen all these crazy tools and capabilities we've created for you, and I can't wait to see what you're going to create with them. And now, I want to move on to something that is very close to my heart, something that my team and I personally worked on, and I cannot even express how proud I am to share this with you. We talked about the advancement in the editor, but when we say that Wix Studio is a platform dedicated for agencies and freelancers, we mean the entire platform, from creation to management and growth, with everything surrounding it, support, education, and community. So, alongside the editor, we've been working on a totally new dashboard, or as we now call it, the workspace, with more capabilities to help you manage your project, teams, and clients at scale in a much more efficient way. Are you ready to meet your new workspace? Here is your one place where you can manage it all. We'll start with the most important tab, My Sites. Many of you are managing hundreds of sites. So we added capabilities that let you easily view and find the sites you're working on. Predefined views, filters, custom views, and you can even export your list of sites to CSV. Having many sites means many premium plans. So we built a totally new subscription tab that supports multiple plans and highlights the most important information you need to know, like upcoming renewals, unassigned subscriptions, and more. To work more efficiently, we added the ability to create and share reusable assets. So now you'll be able to create your own templates and blocks and reuse them within your workspace. And as Yoav said, you can also sell blocks in the app market to monetize your creation, making it, in my opinion, one of the most exciting releases we spoke about today. Now, I can't talk about managing at scale without mentioning support. We know that tracking and managing support tickets across your company can be a lot. So we created one centralized place to view all tickets, open new ones, and manage all your support history. Moving on to updates. We know how important it is for you as partners to be the first in the know. So we created the News Center, a place where you can read all about the new releases, betas, and updates. And coming up in the pipeline, we're working to give you specific notification on the features that interest you the most. The next thing I'm going to talk about will bring a lot of value to many of you, as I know collaboration is a huge part of your day-to-day. With Wix Studio, you can have multiple workspaces under the same account. So for example, if you're a freelancer working with a few agencies on a regular basis, you'll be able to see all of their workspaces under a single account. When switching between workspaces, all the projects, assets, and settings switch accordingly. And the last thing I'm going to show you is what I believe is one of the most crucial parts of your business, your relationship with your clients. One of the highlights of any project is the moment you finally hand it over. But at the same time, you want to make sure the transition is smooth. We really thought about how you can provide the most professional experience and how you can go the extra mile for your clients. And for that exact reason, we built the Client Kit, where you can add helpful resources either made by you or pre-made from our library. For example, in this kit, I added a Zoom recording from a site walkthrough I did for my client, a pre-made tutorial about how to use the CMS, and I also attached a file with the site brand guidelines. Once you're ready to hand over the site, the kit will be added to your client's dashboard and will be available for them at any time. Those were just the highlights of the workspace, and obviously there's a lot more. Educational resources, team management capabilities, site reports, and revenues opportunities. But I leave some parts for you to discover on your own. With everything we've built for you, managing at scale, working efficiently, with the ability to add your personal touch to the relationship you build with your clients, I truly believe you'll have everything you need to reach new levels of success. Okay, we covered so much today. The creation experience, dev capabilities, the new workspace, and it's just the beginning. We have a full roadmap ahead of us for Wix Studio, a roadmap that we will share with you and that will be transparent at any given time, along with a wish list that will allow you to continue to impact and shape our platform. I'm sure you got a lot of questions right now, but let's start with the most important one. When can you start using Wix Studio? So Studio will be released gradually. I'm happy to say that as a start, we will open it exclusively for you, as we want to focus all our energy and resources on making sure the transition and education period is seamless. Once you join Studio, all of your existing projects, both from Wix and Editor X, will be waiting for you in the new workspace, as well as your partner program points and your level. Now, let's talk about our education plan. It's huge, with tons of tutorials, webinars, resources, and more. All will be available in our new extensive online education platform, which you'll get access to as soon as you get started. But that's not all. In 2 weeks, we are coming to meet you in person. We are going to be in 12 cities around the world: New York, LA, Miami, Sydney, Tokyo, Berlin, São Paulo, London, Toronto, Paris, Bangalore, and Tel Aviv, where you can come, meet us, and learn everything you need to know about Wix Studio. We're so excited to be able to do this for you. So come and learn, as we believe that Wix Studio is the future of how you are going to create and manage your projects for your clients. Thank you so much for your time today, and I hope to see you soon at our live events.